Hey guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're definitely going to start hitting the digital note-taking series again. I cannot tell you guys how much it's honestly been requested to start doing my digital note-taking again and start really using all the devices that I've used for digital note-taking. So that's exactly what this video is about today. But of course, this is on how to get started with your digital note-taking. I actually did start digital note-taking about a year and a half ago, and that's when math classes in college started getting extremely hard and long, guys. Like, problems would be like freaking 30 minutes each. I'm not even joking. Trust me when I say this is very stressful. It's stressful that there is a lot of steps included, especially when it comes to math classes, especially if you are an engineering major. Oh my God. I mean, at the end of the day, I really hope I use this stuff. I literally spent 6 hours on math notes when it came to pre-cal 1 and 2 and calculus 1 and 2. It was insane. I could have made videos on study with me, so if you guys would like those videos, please definitely let me know. Anyways, let's go ahead and just go back to the video. But at the end of the day, if my dad did not introduce me to technology, I don't know what I honestly would be majoring in, because I love technology. So thank you, Dad. Since I love technology, I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and let's try the digital note-taking. Let's see how that goes. And guys, I fell in love with it. So this is also tips, advice, pros and cons, overall just how to get started. And of course, before we get started in today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Like always, you guys are always amazing, always leaving amazing comments down below. Of course, I do want to make a quick disclaimer. I am not saying that my tips, my pros and cons are the best ones out there. There's probably better ones out there for you guys as well, but this was just from my own personal experience. Okay, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get straight on to the digital note-taking and how to get started. The number one thing I highly recommend is to start budgeting out. It really is up to you, because at the end of the day, you will have to budget out on what you would like to spend on your devices. Now, these are the devices that you are going to need, especially when it comes to digital note-taking. These are the devices I personally used. Of course, I'm not trying to brag in any way, but it would just give you an idea on what you guys would like to purchase. So I do recommend a tablet, either an iPad or a Samsung tablet. And of course, there is a lot of other cheap brands out there for you, especially if you're more on a budget. The one that I do use is the Samsung Tab S7, and let me just tell you guys, I've had so many great experiences with it. I love Samsung. Samsung's my, Samsung, if you're hearing this, I'm not even gonna say it. So I did make some videos about this tablet on my channel, and I will definitely put them down in the description box below. Now, the next thing I recommend is a stylus. Now, the reason that I also did go for Samsung, not only because it's my favorite brand, but of course their stylus are included with their tablet purchase. Now, unlike iPad, you would have to purchase a tablet and an Apple Pencil as a separate purchase. But at least for me, it's a little bit more expensive. But of course, there is a lot of other cheaper brands out there, especially on Amazon. The next thing I recommend is a laptop. Of course, you can go from 360 or just a regular laptop. I do have the HP Spectre X360 2-in-1 laptop, which I absolutely love. If you're really just looking for a 2-in-1 device, then definitely go for it, because it is a really good investment, especially with the Microsoft Surface Pros. The next device I do recommend is a wireless mouse. Now, this comes in handy, especially if you're just typing your notes. You can definitely move your notes around, really assemble it to where you want it to be, because we know how hard it is to do it with a mouse pad. Like, guys, it's a real struggle. The last thing you are going to need is protective accessories. And what I mean by that is screen protectors. Oh my god, guys, I cannot stress this enough, how screen protectors are very important, especially if you have anxiety of scratching your screens or breaking them overall. Definitely invest in a screen protector. And the other protective accessory I recommend are cases, laptop cases, tablet cases, you name it, cases, whatever, as long as it just protects your devices. Now moving on to the most common software used for digital note taking. So of course I just did list the top 4. So the first one, of course, I highly recommend. I've said this so much on my channel on how great this software is, and that is Microsoft OneNote. Of course, Microsoft OneNote is free for Windows and also for Mac. I love using OneNote because of how organized you can be with your notes, such as creating mini notebooks, creating different sections in each notebook. You can add and label as many pages in a notebook, and of course my favorite is the color coordination system. You can also change the views in pages to add any page type to your liking. So there's just so many great things that you can do, and there's a lot of functions. There's even a digital ruler where you can make your lines straight. There's so many shapes. Guys, it's endless and I love it so much. Also, it can be viewed in many different devices at once, which I absolutely love. So let's say if you do have your notes in a tablet, you did not bring your tablet. If you have Microsoft OneNote downloaded onto your phone, you can definitely view your notes from there as well. Amazing. The next software I do recommend is Samsung Notes. Now, of course, this is mostly for Samsung users. It does not have a lot of functions as Microsoft OneNote, but is there for the basics, especially if you're not tech savvy. So again, you can create as many folders as you like. You can add as many pages as you like, which includes different page templates and colors. And of course, if you guys would like to see on how that system works overall, I did make a video on how I take notes on my Samsung Tab S7, and I will definitely put it down in the description box below, and I do go a little bit more in depth on Samsung Notes. Now, of course, these last 2 programs are mostly more for my Mac users. So the first program would be GoodNotes. Now, of course, GoodNotes is actually available for Mac, and you would have to pay $7.99. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the price is right or not. I have never tried this software, but I've seen good videos about it, and I think it looks cool. So overall, whatever you would really like to go with. And the last program would be Notability. Of course, that it is also available for Mac. It is not free. It is actually $11.99. Now, it is said to be that Notability has more functions than GoodNote. That is the reason that it's more expensive. So just really keep out for your options, for your budget, what you're willing to work with. And of course, if you're a Mac user, then definitely go for it. Now, if none of these programs work for you, I completely understand. I highly suggest looking at good other softwares that are out there. And if you guys know any other good softwares, please leave them down in the comment section below to also help others. But of course, you can just use the Note app that comes with your tablet or with any other type of brand tablet, and that should definitely work for you as well. Now, of course, moving on to tips for digital note taking. Now, these are my tips based on all of my experience. Again, I'm not saying that these tips are going to work 100% because everybody does things differently. Number 1, make sure that you do find overall the perfect software that you know you are going to feel comfortable writing in. It has everything you need. Trust me, guys, when I say, because if you are around softwares constantly, you're just going to get very confused and very discouraged. So I always like to use Microsoft OneNote and Samsung Notes. Now, number 2, if you are a visual learner, please include pictures, highlighting things, just overall things that will definitely catch your eye, because I cannot tell you guys how much I really need that, so I know basically where I am in my notes, and it also makes it fun. So that's just my opinion, especially if you are a visual learner like myself. Number 3 is to make sure you incorporate and create your own color coordinating system. For example, just as how you would like your headers to look, what colors do you want your headers to look, and overall just your highlighting system. Number 4 is to develop your own shorthand. What I mean by that is basically just using short words instead of long words that you can definitely abbreviate to. For example, let's use the word example. So if you do write the whole word example, you can definitely abbreviate it as EX. So that's what I mean by abbreviations, and trust me, those definitely help for you to be faster in your note taking. Number 5 is to make sure your notes are always syncing into any cloud storage, into any OneDrive software, so your notes will be safe and backed up. And number 6 is to definitely download that specific software to all of your devices if you can. So for example, I have Microsoft OneNote on my tablet, on my phone, on my desktop, on my laptop, and I can sync all my notes together, especially if I start writing notes on one device and I start writing notes on another device. Of course, if I leave one device behind and I forget it, I definitely have other backups. And lastly, we're going to talk about pros and cons of digital note-taking. And I did overall look very well on what I had my own experiences and what I personally feel that are the pros and cons of digital note-taking. So of course, the pros would be that it is portable, basically everything in all one device, especially on the devices that you are using. Organization is customable. As I mentioned before, you can organize your notes however you want. It is easy to share notes, especially with another classmate, or overall sharing device to device. Typing is the fastest way, we all know that. You can import important lecture slides / files into your notes. You would not have to print them out and waste more paper. And as I mentioned before, you can always back up your notes, such as putting them on storage, OneDrive, cloud storage. Now moving on to the cons, there's not a lot of bad cons, honestly, but of course it just depends on how you would really relate to them. Of course, there's some editing to do. So if you are writing down your notes on a lecture, especially digital notes, you really will see that you will not have time to highlight as you go through. So you will definitely have to take some time during your day to definitely go back and look at your notes. But if you're in a lecture that goes by really slow, like the instructor is slow, then you are very lucky. Of course, it can be expensive, as I mentioned before, with budgeting, especially with how many devices you would like to use. Now make sure that your devices are fully charged, because of course all these devices have battery life, so it can die during a lecture, of course, if you didn't charge it the night before. So definitely please keep in mind of that, because it really does suck when that happens and you have no charger. Of course, must be on Wi-Fi, but of course this also depends on what program you are using. For example, for me, Samsung Notes and Microsoft OneNote, it actually does not require Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool. Of course, devices can break, so definitely get your protective accessories. And of course, you might not be used to writing down on glass. Trust me when I say, guys, I did have a problem with that in the beginning. It was very uncomfortable at first, but after doing it for about 1.5 years now, it's been very, very easy. So you will definitely get used to it. Okay, guys, so that is all I have to say on how to get started with your digital note taking. And trust me when I say, guys, I love it a lot. So I really hope that you guys love it too. It's really a good game changer for me, and I hope that it is for you guys as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys would like me to do more digital note taking videos, I will definitely do them more on this channel. And of course, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys liked my background music was made by Music Studio Effects. So thank you so much to Music Studio Effects. If you guys would like to know more about them, I will put their website down in the description box below as well, because they have amazing tunes, which you guys should definitely go check out. And of course, I hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, or night, whatever time of day you guys are watching this on. Did you guys see that? I almost messed up. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.